All right, we are live. Welcome to OnEd Student Chat in December 2018. I'd like to welcome everyone on panel and those of you who are joining us throughout Ontario for our December OnEd Student Chat. This month, we are really excited to be talking about paying it forward. And I'm really excited to hear all the stories that are going to be shared, I know, by our panelists here today, and also in our back channel conversation on Twitter using hashtag #OnEdStudentChat. So I want to provide a brief overview of OnEd Student Chat in case you're joining us for the first time. OnEd Student Chat is a student-led Twitter chat that connects K-12 students across Ontario to discuss topics and questions related to character education, social justice, and citizenship. OnEd Student Chat creates opportunities for students to network with others, gain perspective, build relationships with new learning partners in a literacy-rich learning environment, experience social media as a powerful platform for learning, and establish a positive digital footprint. So thank you again for joining us today. I'm now going to turn things over to Sam, who's going to bring us through our tech talk. Sam? Sam, you all set? Oh, I think Sam's frozen. Hey, Brock, would you like to bring us through our tech talk?
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay. So if you're watching this in YouTube, which is always an option, just tap on the YouTube icon. You will notice that there's a comment space on your right. This is a great way for you to share your own thoughts and ideas and add your thinking and get involved in the conversation. Or, of course, you can watch the video from the website and chat with us and the other participants on Twitter. Make sure that you follow the hashtag #OnEdStudentChat or SSChat to read the ideas, thoughts, questions shared by others. Use the same OnEd SSChat to add your thinking and get involved in the conversation. And if you ask any questions, we'll bring them to the panel. And just please remember that the audience today is K to 12, so keep your comments and questions appropriate for all ages, please. And thank you. That's about it.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Brock. We are now going to have a chance to meet each of our panelists who are joining us today. And I'm going to start with Sam, since I can see you first there. Sam, go ahead.
All right. Hi, I'm Sam. I go to North Perth Westfield Elementary School, and I'm in grade 8 in the OnEd Student Chat.
Great. And you've been on the team for how long now, Sam? No, I think he's frozen again. Oh, no, there we go.
Since the beginning.
Awesome. Since the beginning. So we're in year 2 now, which is really exciting. Awesome. Thanks, Sam. Brock?
I'm Brock Baker. I'm a teacher out in Beaumont, Ontario, and super excited by this month's topic on Pay It Forward. So let's get to it.
Awesome. Thank you. And now we're going to meet 3 of our special guest panelists joining us from Mrs. Sutton's class in Ear Falls, Ontario. If you want to turn your mic on and each take a turn to tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
Or starting off with you. Okay. Hi, my name is Rissa. I'm from Ear Falls Public School, Ear Falls, Ontario, and I'm in grade 5.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm from Ear Falls, Ontario. I go to Ear Falls Public School.
And you're in grade 5.
Yeah, I'm in grade 5.
Hi, my name is Chase. I live in Ear Falls, Ontario, and I go to the Ear Falls Public School, and I'm in grade 5.
Awesome. And how excited are you to be joining us today?
Really excited.
Yeah. That's awesome. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you. And now I'd like to let Karen introduce herself. Karen?
Hi, my name is Karen Gray. I am a publicist here in the usually warm state of Florida, and I do most of my work and volunteering with Joshua's Heart Foundation. And they're a youth-run organization whose mission is to end poverty and stomp out world hunger. So I'm really excited to be here talking to all these young people.
Great.
They just do it.
Thanks, Karen. We are so happy. Karen is our expert on panel this month, and we are so thrilled to have her join us. So thank you, Karen, for taking time out of your day. Jen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Cassatot. I am a teacher librarian in Aurora, Canada, Cardinal Carter Catholic High School. Been with this chat, believe in it so much, and absolutely love this topic, which is paying it forward. So can't wait to get started.
Great. Thank you. Darcy.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Darcy. I go to GDCI, which is in the AMDSB school board. I'm in grade 8, and this is my first year being a part of the student chat.
Awesome, and we are so grateful that you are here. And Gobi.
Hey everyone, I'm Gobi. I'm from Bell High School in Ottawa, and this is my second students chat, and I'm super excited to be here.
Great, thanks Gobi. And my name is Lee Castle, part of the OnEd Student Chat team. I'm also an innovation and education consultant. I'm currently working as the Manager of Innovation and Learning at Spark. And I am very excited to move forward with our conversation today about paying it forward. So Darcy, we are going to get started here. If you could give a brief introduction to the norms for our chat, and then Gobi, I'm going to turn things over to you to get things going. Darcy?
Sure. So,
morning, grade 7 and 8.
Oh.
Morning announcements.
The announcements are going on.
You know what? That's okay.
That's some bad timing.
Sure.
Should I just continue?
Yeah. No, if you want to mute your mic, Darcy, and then I'll maybe get Sam to hop in. Sam?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
All good.
All right, yeah, sorry, where were we?
I was just wondering if you could introduce the norms, provided if your connection is okay. Yep.
Yep. All right. So we have a few norms for our chats. They include, we have 20 minutes to discuss one or more questions. Please be mindful that the chat is open for students in grades from kindergarten to grade 12. We want active participation from classes who are watching. All comments made during the chat should be positive and productive. And everyone is entitled to their own opinion. You may not agree with something someone has said, but we ask that when challenging an idea, you respectfully disagree with the idea, not the individual person.
Great, thank you, Sam. And Gobi, we are ready for question number 1.
Okay, so our first question today is to share a story of a memorable pay it forward moment you witnessed or you were part of.
All right, well, who would like to start things off today? I see Mrs. Sutton's class. Perfect. Morgan, floor is yours.
Well, the memorable thing I did for somebody, well, for more than just one person, I went to one of my stores here, and I played my ukulele for about more than a week, and I raised money for the Walk for Guide Dogs.
Wow, I have goosebumps, and I'm just looking at the smiles across the panel here. What an incredible thing to do, Morgan. That is amazing. And what motivated you to do that?
Well, for about a year, I played the ukulele, but then for some reason, I stopped playing it. And then I got another ukulele, so I started playing it more and more and more. I started to learn more and more songs. So then the Walk for Guide Dogs are like, let's raise money. I'm like, okay, why don't I go to a store and play my ukulele? And I did that, and I raised more than $400.
Wow, that's incredible. Congratulations, Morgan. What an accomplishment. Wow. Chase or Rissa, do you have a story that you want to share too?
Yes, I think I do actually. Is one day I was out of town for to Winnipeg or something, and we were at a hotel, and we were about to leave it for to go do something out in the city. Mm-hmm. And just this lady with this giant thing where she puts all the bed sheets and pillows in to wash them out. So we're going in the elevator, and then my mom and my sister and my dad were with me, and I said to my dad, stay back, wait, let them go first. For the most part, saying ladies first.
That is very, very thoughtful. And people that are watching you see how thoughtful you are. And there's an opportunity then hopefully for them to remember what they saw you do and do that for someone else, right?
Yeah.
Way to set a great example. That's incredible. Rissa, how about you?
When me and my sister and my mom went to Kenora, there was a dollar store, and it's kind of like a plaza. So when we were down in the dollar store, we were gonna go to a clothes shop, and I seen this man, and he was playing his ukulele, and he had a scarf on the sidewalk. So I said to my mom and my sister, just wait up. And then I opened up my wallet and I put $2 in the scarf that was laying on the sidewalk.
Wow. And why did you decide to do that?
Because it looked like he wasn't having the greatest day, and he came out to do that to get some money for probably himself or to pass on to somebody else.
That is another amazing, heartfelt story of kindness and generosity and a way of giving back, right? And supporting others. Wow, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Sam or Darcy or Gobi, did you have a story that you wanted to share?
Sure, actually. Last year, and still this year, I was really passionate about rights for girls and like everywhere around the world. So I ended up doing a fundraiser where I did like a staff bake sale, and everyone brought in their baked goods that like they were like famous for making, and then the staff bid on them, and I think we ended up raising over $300 for the Malala Fund.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible. Yeah. And is that something that you're considering doing again, or would you?
Definitely.
Yeah. That's amazing. And did you find out how your donation is spent and what kind of contribution that makes? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know specifically. I do know that it is going towards education specifically in Pakistan though.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly what area or anything like that.
Yeah, that's amazing, Darcy. Wow, incredible. And Gobi, how about you?
Well, before I say anything, I just want to make a point. For people who think they don't really pay it forward, paying it forward can be anything as small as holding a door for someone else. So really, everyone pays it forward in their own small way. For me, my most memorable pay it forward moment was probably like at one of my old schools of about 250. We raised over $10,000 to go to the Terry Fox cancer research. And yeah, it was really exciting because $10,000 that makes a difference.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And Gobi, I really appreciate you making that point to start things off, that small acts of kindness go a long way, right? And people see that and they remember those experiences. And it doesn't have to be some huge fundraising event, like you said, or in some of the examples that, Chase and Morgan and Rissa were sharing. Those small acts of kindness really go a long way. Karen, I'd love to hear from you and learn a little more about Joshua's Heart Foundation and how that organization is paying it forward.
Well, it's amazing that Gobi said that it's the little things that count, because Joshua's Heart has had over 20,000 young people pass through as volunteers since he started it about 14 years ago. And they do little things. It's they collect books at their schools, they collect food, and in their own way, they find little pockets of need that they can contribute to. One young man, Anthony, who's now gone on to college, as is Joshua, started his own blanket project because like today, when we have a cold front come in, there are a lot of homeless people in Florida. So he took the blankets and he just gave it to them in a whole homeless village. Another young lady and her sister started making jewelry, and they sell the jewelry, and the money that they make from the jewelry goes towards Joshua's Heart so that they can buy food to put in the food pantry. Every week, people come to the pantry from, Tuesday to Thursday, people that are in need, people that are hungry, the working class poor. They come and they get food so they can feed their families. When they do a distribution, to give them groceries for a whole week for a family of 4. So paying it forward is the littlest thing you can do. We have babies, as young as months, that come with their mom or their older sibling, and they participate in their own little way. They might just be drawing or scribbling a little picture, but that can make somebody smile. So paying it forward is just something you do from your heart, and you do it with good intention. And it's the littlest thing. When they go out and they They have hope boxes. They put a sandwich in there. They put fruit. They put some juice. They put socks and toothpaste, and they give it to the homeless on the street. To see their faces that someone actually made an effort to come out with shoe boxes and just think about them is the greatest feeling in the world. Paying it forward just makes you feel so much gratitude for what you have and so much that you're able to help other people that are in a less fortunate situation than you are. And I commend all of these young people for doing their own little project to pay it forward.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing some of those stories. It's really inspiring, especially this time of year when everyone is hopefully focused on the real meaning of Christmas and, you know, that spirit of giving, treating others with kindness and respect. And, you know, you talked a lot about hospitality as well. I know Jen has a comment on YouTube that she wants to share. Jen?
Yes, I just wanted to share Stacy Walwyn's comment, and that is that all the stories of students paying it forward are so heartwarming. Our students will change the world for the better. And I know, Karen, I've been connected to Joshua for at least 3 years, and his ability to move youth towards doing good has been incredible. When people say kids these days to me, I look at these kids, I look to Joshua and some of the other kids that are doing so much good in the world, and I think there's such great hope. So thank you, Stacy, for that comment, and thank you, Karen, for yours.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I tell people all the time is they make us look bad because they just decide to do something, they do it. We adults, we sit down and we want to go through the process and the logistics, and before you know it, it's months and we haven't done anything. They just do it. They just, okay, we're going to do this, and they get out and do it. And I think that's a lesson that we all have to take from them. Just do it. I know it's Nike's, but we just need to do it.
I know, I love it. I love it. All right, Gobi, do you want to introduce question number 2, please?
Okay, our second question for the day is, what are some ways your school community pays it forward?
All right, who'd like to start?
So what our school community does, we, for like people that don't have homes or for the homeless shelters, we have a Christmas cheer box.
Okay, tell us more.
If you don't know what a Christmas cheer box is, it's a box where our school fills up with canned food, like Kraft Dinner or like any soups like that. And at the end of Christmas, just before Christmas starts, we give them away to people that don't have.
I love it. What a great idea. And so does each student create their own shoebox, or do you bring in each bring in items and then the shoeboxes get put together?
We each bring them in.
Amazing. And I'm wondering, is your favorite meal to bring in Kraft Dinner by chance?
No, I just look in it sometimes and I see Kraft Dinner. But my mom has so much canned food we don't use, and I give them a whole bunch of stuff.
That's great. And it's really important to include lots of healthy food, right?
Yeah.
Lots of healthy food. Yeah, that's incredible. Rissa or Chase, did you want to share anything else about what your school does?
So we done something a couple weeks ago with the kindergartens down at the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
We sold hot chocolate for like children's hospital. So like say they can't come home for Christmas, so we can buy it, so they can get the money, so we can buy them toys, so they have toys for Christmas.
Another incredible story. That's fantastic. And whose idea was that?
This kid, he had cancer when he was a baby. Felix Buckler. Felix Buckler, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great story. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's another great way of giving back. Rissa, did you want to share anything before we move on?
We have a kid in our classroom, and he has muscle problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called muscular dystrophy.
Mm-hmm.
And every, I think, year, we bring $1 or $2 to try to help with his disorder.
Mm-hmm. That's very generous. That's very generous. There's lots of research that needs to be done to help kids that aren't well. right? And your contributions, every contribution makes a difference. Those are really powerful stories. Thank you so much. Sam, Darcy, or Gobi?
I'll go next.
Something to add.
Oh,
yeah, sure.
You go ahead.
Okay, Sam, go ahead, and then Darcy.
I don't. Okay. So I was doing a food drive and a toy drive for the Salvation Army. We do, and that's our main way of paying it forward. We're also doing Candyograms, and that's going to Water in Kenya. All the money from that. That's what we're doing currently to pay it forward.
Wow, that's amazing. Really amazing. Darcy?
It's actually really cool. We just finished doing the food drive as well. And we also did the Christmas boxes, and we're still doing those. But we also just did Movember for November. So, and we had a big assembly, and students and staff donated their hair, and people bid on it. And I think we raised over $700 for our charity, like the cancer. So
yeah, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really incredible. Those are more stories. I would love to see Movember in elementary school and what exactly that looks like, and how many fun stashes are being worn and paraded around in the hallways. That's incredible. Gobi?
I just wanted to say, like, our school, like, we do like a lot of fundraisers and challenges, and I think a lot of schools do. Like, for example, right now we have a sock drive going like on around the school, and in our class, personally, we are going to work together to donate to some First Nations people who are coming over, and we give to them for the Christmas season. And it shows, like, no matter how small, like, it can be socks, mittens, anything, and really you are making a difference in these people's lives.
Yeah, very powerful. Karen, anything that you wanted to, we lost Karen. So hopefully she'll be back in. Anything on Twitter, Brock, that you want to bring in? No? Jen, how about YouTube?
Nothing on YouTube, but there is on Twitter. Lake Superior High School pays it forward by collecting food for the local food bank at Christmas and Halloween, and they always fundraise for Terry Fox Canada. They have classes that volunteer to maintain the gardens and help prep the ski hill in your Terrace Bay. And that was from Stacy.
Great, thanks, Jen. And Karen, you're back. Yeah, I was wondering, is there anything?
To fix the problem, it didn't work.
No, I love your perseverance, though. Is there anything that you want to add around this school community question and how school communities can pay it forward? Maybe some ideas or suggestions you could offer classes that are looking for something to do during the holidays.
I find that children are resilient and they're full of ideas. So I think that if we just tell them that they can make a difference and ask them what they think they would like to do to make a difference, you'll find that they're full of ideas, and we as adults can guide them, because there's going to be someone that emerges as a leader, always one or two, and they will motivate and inspire. And that's what we want our children to strive to be change makers, to be leaders, and to motivate and inspire others to do good. And, you know, the funny thing about school and volunteer hours, so many of the children at Joshua's Heart start out because they need volunteer hours, but they stay because they get a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment when they're doing things for others. And then you'll find that they bring their friends and their younger siblings in. So all we have to do is put it out there, and they will step up to the plate, and they have the time more than we do. So just put it out there, they'll do it.
Yep, agreed. And I like what you said too about just how students, the feeling they get from being a part of something like this is really inspiring. And I think it does, not only does it motivate them to keep going, but it motivates others to get involved, which is really, really exciting and really powerful. All right, Gobi, we want to introduce question number 3, please.
Okay, question number 3 today is, why do you think giving back feels better than receiving?
All right, I love Morgan. You're in there every time. You ready? All right.
So giving back more than receiving. I wrote my mom a Christmas note, and I gave it to her early, really early. And then just to see her smile on her face and the hug she gave me, it made me feel way better than getting something.
It's way better to give than receive because a lot of kids already have a lot of toys, and maybe you could give some of your old toys away to the kids that have never seen toys before.
That's a great idea. It's a really great idea. Chase, what about you?
Well, I just done this like 2 weeks ago now. I just full on cleaned my room. I threw out toys and I kept toys. And most of those toys went to the hospital up in Dryden. All of them.
That's a great idea. What a great, yeah, that's a fantastic idea. And hopefully you sharing that story today will make some other kids think about, oh, maybe I have some toys that I'm not playing with, and maybe there's somewhere that I could drop those off and put a smile on another child's face. Those are great stories. Yeah, really great stories. And it's all about the feeling that you get, right? When you know that you've done something to make someone happy, to make a difference. Sam, Darcy, or Gobi?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I think that giving to people is better than receiving because we always get and we have a lot, and we're always used to like the positive feelings we get out of receiving, like people giving us things for Christmas or for the holidays. And I think that by making other people feel that way, it makes us happy, especially when we are like really care about this person. And I think it makes us feel good mostly to know we have the power to change someone's feelings for the better.
Love that phrase. I'm trying to capture that right now, to know we have the power to change the way that someone is feeling. What a gift, you know? And it's those simple acts of kindness, like we talked about earlier, holding the door for somebody, to, you know, raising money and providing a donation to an organization that's doing great work in the community. Yeah, very well said, Darcy. Gobi or Sam? Hey, Gobi, go ahead. And then Jennifer, we'll go to you.
Yeah, receiving is just something you're like really used to. And eventually you might just like, it won't make you happy because you might just be like, oh, it's just this, or I don't like this. And giving back just feels amazing because you're helping people that need it and having a positive effect on someone else's life. And no matter how small, they'll appreciate it. And it also shows you that the smallest things definitely make a difference. Even if you're in a bad place, giving back will help make you see an effect that will definitely bring up your mood and show you how much you have compared to others who might really need it.
Yeah, well said, Gobi, and very reflective in your response. Jennifer.
So I have a few responses from Miss Hartman's class, and Aaliyah talked about how giving back feels good because you know that you've helped people. And another student in the class talks about exactly what you just said, Gobi, that it makes you feel like you've made a difference in someone's life. And they also shared how the Hartman's Eagles pay it forward, how they're raising funds for an Indigenous school by making them items to sell at their Christmas marketplace. And Natasha, that was Lashara, and Natasha was talking about donating food for their local food bank.
Incredible. And Sam has something to add.
I think giving is better. When you give, you make someone else happy instead of making yourself happy. Like you give makes them happy, and then in turn they might give and you make someone else happy, and it's just a chain reaction that can happen.
And that's kind of speaks to our image this month, right? Where when one person does something kind for someone else, then that person in turn does something kind for someone else, and it spreads. So instead of receiving something where, you know, in some cases, you know, you feel good about it, when you have a chance to give as well, you've felt what it's like to be on both sides of that, right? Not only to get something, but also to give something in return. That's fantastic. Karen, did you want to add anything? Or comment on what's been said? I don't know if she's there. Okay, we'll come back to Karen. Gobi, why don't we move on to the last question today?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're here. Okay, yep. Do you have something that you'd like to add?
I think it just goes back to that simple saying, it's through giving that we receive. And You know, it's when we give that we receive. That's what all these students are describing, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of satisfaction of helping someone. It is only when we give that we receive, because receiving takes nothing. Takes nothing on our part. We just sit there and get. But when we give, we have that joyous feeling.
Yeah, very well said. I love that. It's through giving that we receive. That's beautiful. Thank you, Karen, for that. Gobi, our last question today.
Okay, our last question today is, what are some little things you can do to pay it forward?
All right, so let's hear some of those great ideas. Morgan, are you still in? Are you like ready to go?
Nope.
Oh, Chase is ready this time.
Nope. Grace is going first, and I'm going second. He's going third.
Okay. All right.
Some little things is maybe if somebody is holding groceries, you can politely open the door or give somebody a high five or a hug to start their day.
Great idea.
All right. And yesterday, what my friend does, I was having a little of a bad day. He got me something, you know, like, I really, really, really like hockey, and I play hockey. And he got me a little Stanley Cup like that tall, and it had my favorite hockey team logo on the front.
Tell me how that made you feel.
It made me feel actually very happy because, like, I had a Stanley Cup, but I lost it.
And were you happiest because you received a Stanley Cup, or because of the thought and the?
Because of the thought.
Because of the thought, right? I mean, it's cool to have that thing, but the gesture in and of itself is really what feels good, right? That someone did something kind to turn your day around. Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you for those great ideas.
Well, one thing that actually happened to me, I was at the store and I was buying some chocolates. I didn't have enough money, so the person beside me actually paid for it. And I said, "Thank you so much. You made my day."
Wow, that is pretty cool. So if you're going to pay it forward, what do you need to do next time you're in line at the store, maybe?
I need to either help them pay for it, or I can just hug them, give them a high five, open the door for them.
You're just like, ideas are just pouring out of you. Those are all incredible ways you could pay it forward. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Sam or Darcy or Gobi? All right, Gobi, go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say how there are so many things that you can do to give back. Everyone seems to think that giving back needs to be big because that's what we really see in the media. But really, it can be small, as holding the door or giving something you don't need to charity. Little things do really count, and you can make someone's day with just one compliment, and you can help someone with just a little bit of food. Everyone should do anything that they can because it just really doesn't matter how big.
Very well said. I couldn't agree more. And Darcy has something to add.
It sounds weird to think that little things can actually change someone's day, but it actually does. Like today, I don't know, just like I was really rushed this morning. I didn't have time to get breakfast. And when I walked to the main office, the secretary offered me an orange, and she probably didn't even know that I was hungry or hadn't had breakfast. And then she smiled at me, and it just like changed my whole day. And it sounds really weird, and she probably didn't even know that she had that effect on me, but it just felt nice to have food and to know that someone was like being nice to me, and I don't know. It was just made me really happy.
And Darcy, on that note, I hope that you find a moment in your day to go and see that secretary and tell her exactly how she made you feel, because she probably doesn't hear that a lot. And I imagine that she smiles at every student every morning when they walk in the door. And I'm sure there are so many things she does over the course of the day, just like I said, even that smile, right? But to brighten someone's day and to make their day better. And you taking the time to go and let her know the impact that had on you is going to mean a lot to her.
Yeah, I think that's also a really big part of paying it forward, because that by her making my day, then I can go make her day, and she can have a good day too. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And a smile means so much.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay it forward with a smile. You can see someone that's not having a good day because you can just tell in their body language and their facial expression that things aren't going quite right. Sometimes I just tell people smile, and I smile at them and they look. I mean, it doesn't always work, but for the few times that it does work, it makes a difference.
Absolutely. And you feel it, right? When they look at you, just the way they look at you, that small act of kindness has made a difference. Yeah. Sam, I know you have something to share, and then we'll hop over to Brock.
Yeah, the few ways you can show is just donate to a food bank, donate to a toy drive, donate to a charity, smile, make someone's day. There's simple things you can do. Every little action matters. Yep,
and for every action there's another opportunity, right, for another action that's positive, equally positive. Brock, I know you have some thoughts from Twitter.
Yeah, a couple quick ones. A lot of the similar connecting ideas, Madame Hartman's class, smiling, greeting each other, making sure you're there for a friend and reassuring them. And then I think we got something from Miss Daniel, which I think is great. She says, giving back means sharing the care, acceptance, and opportunities you were given, which I think is a great way to sort of sum up, the when you give, you receive sort of sentiments that Karen was expressing earlier. So I really hope that during our slow chat, we get lots more ideas of how to pay it forward, because it's exciting and how easy it can be. So thanks.
Absolutely, and that was a beautiful way to wrap things up today. Thank you, and thank you everyone who's joined us, who's watching today, and who's tweeting in the back channel or commenting on YouTube. The ideas and the conversation today has, in many ways, been some of the most fulfilling and rewarding all year long, because we're talking about paying it forward and how we can give back. So, as Brock said, we hope that you will join us on this during the slow chat for the rest of the month. We post questions every other day or so, and we encourage you to share your ideas, take time to comment, like, and retweet some of the great suggestions that are being shared out there. That's one of the ways you can help pay it forward this month. If you're looking for us online, you can find us at our website at onedstudentchat.com. You can also find us on Twitter at onedstudentchat. Please watch for details coming soon about our next OnEd Student Chat on January 15th at 10 a.m. January's topic is New Year's resolutions in EDU. So we'll be curious to hear what some of those resolutions are going to be from our K-12 students across the province. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I want to give a special shout out and thanks to our guest panelists this month. Thank you so much, Karen, from Joshua's Heart. We really appreciated the insight and the stories that you shared today. And Mrs. Sutton's class, you guys were on fire today. Thank you for all your great ideas and for sharing your wonderful stories. And we look forward to seeing you online for the rest of the month. Have a wonderful holiday. Take care, and remember to pay it forward.
Thank you.